Thank you, Mr. Chairman, of the event. Mr. President of the Republic, Honorable Vice President, United Nations Resident Representative, Members of Parliament, Cabinet Ministers, members of the Diplomatic and Consular Corps, co-chairs and members of the Tripartite Committee, distinguished guests, ladies and gentlemen, fellow Sierra Leoneans. Today, we are taking another giant step in carrying forward what President Bill and I agreed in order to find a peaceful resolution to the political stalemate following the contested outcome of the June 24, 2023 multi-tier elections. The resulting inter-party dialogue is arguably the most peaceful and multi-stakeholder out-of-court settlement. It is also proving to us that as political leaders of our time, we must advise ourselves that not all fights require guns, violence, knives, broken bottles, mamikos, plenty spin, and political masking and hypocrisy. Good fights require only wisdom, tolerance, mutual respect, and patriotism. Experience suggests that there are no easy catch-all solutions to the difficulties we face in deciding how to handle deceitful, dissembling politics and economic management. There is, however, no room for complacency or despair. Here today, we are making history. Permit me to express my gratitude to the parties to the agreement, namely the government of Sierra Leone and the All People's Congress, for demonstrating a willingness to implement the agreement reached at the Bintumani dialogue. I also extend my thanks to the development partners and other moral guarantors, including the African Union, ECOWAS, and the Commonwealth, for their valuable guidance during the negotiations. It is through such collaboration and dialogue that we can strive to address the political interests and welfare of our people. Without any doubt, I can regrettably state that the political impasse that emerged after our June 24th elections has had devastating effects on our lives and the global perception on our democracy. As we launch the Tripartite Committee today, I would like to emphasize the importance of focusing on the dictates and contents of the dialogue agreement, which means that our June 24th elections are not yet over until they are over. The importance of having clearly defined and jointly agreed terms of reference by the parties to the committee cannot be overemphasized. The terms of reference will guide us in analyzing and understanding the allegations by the opposition APC party and several other stakeholders of electoral rigging malpractices made on the June 24th election processes, as well as the failure of the ECSL to publish the disaggregated election results. As the agreement clearly states, in Resolution 3, it is equally crucial that we determine the veracity and extent of any electoral irregularities, manipulations, or malpractices that may have also occurred during previous elections. The overarching goals are first, to unravel the truth in the June 24, 2023 election cycle with appropriate recommendations. And second, to go into the past with a view to build a stronger, efficient, and credible electoral system that will stand the test of time. We in the APC are of the view that to achieve these objectives, the committee should review the entire electoral process, including pre-election preparations, voter registration, polling procedures, vote counting, and result announcement. We must also identify any systemic weaknesses or vulnerabilities within the electoral system that may have contributed to alleged or actual electoral rigging. This comprehensive review will allow us to address the contentious issues and enhance the credibility of all future elections, ensuring they are free, peaceful, fair, credible, and transparent. The composition and independence of the committee are of utmost importance. Accordingly, the APC have selected members with proven integrity, experience and expertise in electoral processes, and of patriotic values. It is vital that the committee operates independently, free from interference or undue influence from any external parties. To carry out its work effectively, the committee must be given the necessary authority and powers. It must have access to all relevant documents, records, and information, including election results, voter data, and agreements between the electoral authorities and any third parties. Additionally, the committee shall have the power to summon witnesses, experts, government officials, electoral authorities, political party representatives, and any other individuals necessary for the investigation to go forward. It shall also have the ability to request additional resources, technical expertise, or assistance from relevant national and international organizations. The investigation and assessment conducted by the committee should be thorough and comprehensive. All evidence, including witness testimonies, official reports, video recordings, voter complaints, and other relevant data related to alleged electoral irregularities must be collected and analyzed. The committee should conduct interviews and consultations with various stakeholders involved in the electoral process in order to verify the accuracy, the integrity, and transparency of the entire electoral process. Furthermore, it must examine the conduct of election officials, training procedures, recruitment procedures, impartiality, and compliance with electoral laws and regulations. Any financial or material resources that may have been misused or inappropriately allocated during the electoral process should also be analyzed and fully accounted for. Based on investigation and assessment, the committee should provide a comprehensive report outlining its findings, conclusions, and recommendations. If evidence of electoral rigging is found, the report should clearly identify the methods used, the actions involved, and the impact on the fairness and integrity of the elections. Necessary actions and reforms should be recommended, including subsequent improvements or amendments to the electoral laws, processes, procedures, and regulations. The report should also highlight any actions that need to be taken against individuals or entities responsible for electoral irregularities, including possible legal consequences or dismissals. Transparency and accountability should be paramount throughout the process. All activities, proceedings, and documents related to the committee's work must be conducted transparently and made accessible to the public while respecting privacy and confidentiality constraints. Regular updates should be provided to the general public and relevant stakeholders as well regarding the process, findings, and emerging issues during the investigation. The ruling government and the opposition party should be given the opportunity to submit relevant information, evidence, or concerns to the committee, ensuring fair representation of their perspectives. Finally, the final report of the committee's findings, along with its recommendations, should be published. This will ensure accountability and also enable the public and other concerned citizens and stakeholders and other authorities to take appropriate action. In conclusion, I would like to reiterate the importance of the tripartite committee and its role in addressing the political impasse and laying a solid foundation for the democratic future of our beloved nation. This is a monumental step in rebuilding Sierra Leone and restoring public confidence in our election processes. By adhering to the terms of reference, copies of a draft, which I will soon present, to be agreed by the co-chairs and members of the committee, we can work towards achieving a legacy of free, fair, peaceful, credible, and non-violent, transparent elections in the future. It is my hope that this committee will pave the way for a more inclusive, democratic society where the voices of all citizens are heard and respected. The committee is and must be restricted to its partners only, in tandem with the agreement, supported by accredited experts. Its meetings and deliberations are exclusively for its members. No actions or decisions must be taken by any party unilaterally. The general public can be engaged in the committee's outreach programs. I am praying that common sense will prevail so that we can win for the people of Sierra Leone and for God Almighty. We are their ultimate hope for the peace, unity, freedom, prosperity, and democracy our people so desperately yearn for. Mr. President, distinguished ladies and gentlemen, in this tripartite committee, we have one choice, one chance, one responsibility, and one Sierra Leone. I therefore urge the committee to uphold their sacred responsibility for the good of the people and country. Permit me also, distinguished ladies and gentlemen, at this point in time, to crave your respect and indulgence for us to be upstanding and observe a moment of silence as we remember all those who by death have been victims of electoral violence. With respect. May the souls and the souls of faithful departed rest in perfect peace, and may light perpetual shine upon them. Thank you very much. Full and